So I'm assuming we all know Itoshi Rin. Some of you might know him for his game sense, others might know him from his beautiful shooting technique, or perhaps you know him for his beefs with Shido. Regardless of what Itoshi Rin means to you, the guy is undeniably a very strong opponent. So let's go through Itoshi Rin's development through the story and how Rin versus Isagi has been set up for us. So let's start by getting a clear idea of who Itoshi Rin is. The first time we get introduced to Rin is in chapter 40, where he's depicted as this calm and stoic person. We immediately get a taste of his skills as well by seeing him clash two balls together mid-air. And very shortly after that, Isagi realizes that he is Itoshi Sei's brother, which should already shiver some people since Itoshi Sei has incredible football skills. In chapter 44, we get properly introduced to the top three, which are Tokimitsu Aoshi, Ryujubei, and Itoshi Rin. We get a taste of Itoshi Rin's attitude as well, as he tells the others that they are here just to meet the number requirements. He tells the other two that they only happened to team up because they were the first to clear the blue lock men and show up. To him, they're just stepping stones in the entirety of Blue Lock as well. The confidence and ego he puts on display here are huge. But in one way, I can get it since he is ranked first. We get a peek into his goal as well, which in his case is to crush Itoshi Sei. Now, despite all of this, Isagi shows no hesitation and moves forward challenging Itoshi Rin and his team to a 3 versus 3. In chapter 45, a little bit after the start of the 3 versus 3 match, we get more into Rin's football philosophy, which is that in his mind, football is a battlefield, and that what they're basically doing is showing their backs against armed soldiers. What he's basically trying to say here is that his level of ambition is way higher than the others, as he literally scores from shooting the ball from the midfield into the right upper corner. He doesn't care whether you're an ally or an enemy. He's going to crush everyone in his path to get towards his goals. Isagi doesn't really get it, though, as he tells Rin that he plays football for the sake of his dream. But Rin tells him that the act of losing in football is the same as losing one's reason to exist, which is completely contrary to Mark Snuffy's philosophy. In chapter 47, we see Rin shooting the ball towards the net. This was the first moment where Isagi has denied something from Itoshi Rin. This is the start of their rivalry right here. Isagi tells Rin that his shot was lukewarm as well. Now Itoshi Rin is preparing what seems like a pass since it's a corner kick, right? But instead of that, his real aim was to score a goal with a vertical spinning direct shot. And I gotta say, that's a nasty way to score on your opponent. In chapter 48, Itoshi Rin now personally displays his superiority, getting behind Isagi and asking him just how long he's going to circle these passes around, basically telling him that he can't win in one-on-one situations like we've seen in Isagi's match confrontation with Naruhaya. Rin doesn't get how Isagi could possibly call himself a striker. Isagi tries to shake Rin off, but it's no use. Rin makes fun of him now as he easily catches up and tells Isagi to at least study how the human eyeballs work. Isagi thought that he has completely taken him aback, so why is he here? Itoshi Rin completely predicted his vision as Isagi realized that he was being dragged around the field, moving exactly how Itoshi Rin sees fit. So Itoshi Rin basically controls the field through manipulating and anticipating people's actions. The others can't keep him at bay either, as he easily gets past the other two egoists and finishes the match, which results in Isagi's loss. This incredible power gap is nothing we haven't seen before either. This period in Isagi and Rin's rivalry is kind of similar to what Isagi went through with Kaiser, a football player that looks impossible to reach, which is way better than you in almost every way. Yet Isagi has still devoured him in their match against Ubers. Fast forward to chapter 73, he finally gets his opportunity to take revenge on Itoshi Rin. In chapter 74, he gets his first actual confrontation with Itoshi Rin, who is charging towards isagiyoichi. Isagi misses his sliding as Itoshi Rin gets past and scores, bringing the game to a tie while telling Isagi that his level of playing won't make his heart dance. But Isagi notices that he's getting closer to Rin. As in the previous match, he couldn't even understand why they lost. But now he can finally understand the meaning behind Itoshi Rin's movements. He's convinced that he can devour him and win the game. In chapter 75, Isagi tries using that move he's got from Naruhaya, assuming that he's open to receive the ball. But Rin saw through it and intercepts that pass before it could even reach Isagi. Rin predicted Isagi's approach, which means that they all fall under Rin's radar. Even though their field of view is pretty similar, Rin is just able to predict the situation faster than he can. In Chapter 77, Itoshi Rin receives the ball from Ryu and moves up ahead towards the penalty area. He's moving to shoot, but it was actually a fake as he got past Nagi through a roulette. Isagi declares that he can read him, but Rin tells him that he's still 2 steps behind as he passes the ball to Bachira. He's using everyone so that he can win efficiently and effectively. In Chapter 80, Isagi and Rin are duking it out for the ball now after Rin managed to get the ball out of bounds through getting it off Baru. He's about to take a free kick now as it goes over Isagi's head into the net. He didn't even give Isagi the opportunity to react. In Chapter 81, we can see that Isagi has realized that there was no feasible way to defend against that goal, and that what he should have done instead is the play before that, where he had cut through the field. Chigiri runs ahead as Isagi anticipates a pass from Chigiri. He'll disappear into the far side of Rin's field of vision and cut towards the inside. Taking the shortest route, he'll break diagonally to the goalpost. Chigiri has noticed Isagi, but as he passed to him, Rin came from behind as he saw through all of it. But Isagi doesn't give up as he evades Rin's stealing attempt and shoots the ball into the net through a backward direct heel shot. This is the first time ever that Isagi has devoured Rin, and the first time that Rin has gotten a taste of some form of defeat inside the Blue Lock facility. In Chapter 83, Isagi shoots the ball towards the net to seize their victory, but he gets denied by Itoshi Rin as he manages to clear the ball. In Chapter 84, we see Bachira dribbling past Nagi, Chigiri, and Baru as we edge closer to the climax of the game. He gets through and shoots the ball, but Isagi has seen through all of it and denies his shooting opportunity. It's a loose ball now, and it mercilessly descended upon its victor. Itoshi Rin shot the ball into the left upper corner. Literally, the only difference between the two egoists here was the mechanism of luck. Although, as Ego Jin Pachi explained, there's a way to make yourself more lucky, which Itoshi Rin did through his positioning. He simply saw the opportunity of the ball getting there, which is why he moved up when Bachira was about to shoot, and it did. It's Itoshi Rin's victory. But Isagi still undeniably surpassed him at that moment. He was completely unable to read that last play. It's the first time since coming to Blue Lock that he has tasted defeat. So that makes one more person that he needs to crush, which is Isagiyoichi. I'll use this moment to quickly ask you guys that if you are liking my content so far and wish to support me, subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. Let's fast forward to Chapter 98 now, as that's where the third round selection tryouts are being held in a 5 versus 5 format. In Chapter 99, Itoshi Rin scores his first goal for the team shooting from a blind spot, much like Baru's Predator Eye that we have seen in the Ubers match. Isagi hasn't done a thing yet as well. So in Chapter 101, he decides to assert himself through assisting Shidu, although he didn't anticipate him shooting from that angle. Karasu and Rin are duking it out now, and Isagi uses that opportunity to snatch the ball away from them from their blind spots. Hiyori passes the ball towards Isagiyoichi, but Isagi didn't have enough reach to receive that ball. Karasu and Rin are duking it out again now. Itoshi Rin won that one-on-one and shot the ball into the right upper corner. In Chapter 103, through following Hiyori's advice, he used metavision for the first time in Blue Lock subconsciously, though as he didn't know what it was back then. Hiyori passes the ball towards Shidu and Rin. Isagi sees that as the perfect opportunity to burst past those egoists and shoot the ball into the left upper corner, scoring the winning goal that gives Team A the win. After those events, even Ego Jinpachi was impressed as Isagi had reached the immersive state of total aggressive focus called flow. Isagi has set foot on the path to create miracles. In Chapter 104, Rin tells Isagi that he pisses him off, further establishing that he sees him as an actual threat. Let's fast forward to Chapter 116. Isagi and Rin are moving up the field through trading passes inside the U20 match, and Bachira has passed the ball to Rin. In Chapter 120, Rin has the ball now as he's close to the goal. Oliver Aiku is trying to deny Rin from going forward, as Isagi tries to assert himself to Rin by moving to an open position. So he was preparing to pass, but it was just a decoy as he tries to shake off Aiku by going to the left side. Aiku tried to eliminate Rin from being able to shoot with his right foot, blocking off his shooting course. But Rin still shot the ball while giving it an outside spin, scoring the second goal for the Blue Lockers. In Chapter 129, Nagise Shiro passed to Isagi, and Rin was moving behind, preparing to intercept that ball from him. Isagi prepares his direct shot now, but Aiku completely neutralized it as the ball bounces off. Isagi and Rin are continuously trading opportunities with each other in order to devour one another. In Chapter 134, Rin has the ball once again. He's moving up the field as Aiku can see Rin's specs through the use of metavision, but this one is a bit different from Isagi's somehow. Rin nutmegs Sendu and gets past him, and Aiku tries to deny him from doing so. Rin bursts past Aiku now, but Aiku catches up to him and steals the ball away from Itoshi Rin. In Chapter 136, Nagi passes the ball towards Isagiyoichi, and it looks like he's pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But the fun got out of it real quick, as Itoshi Sei tells Isagi that he is the actual heart of Blue Lock and that he's got a good brain. It's as if Itoshi Sei literally completely forgot that Rin had ever scored a goal in this match. And now they're duking it out in front of the goal. In the next chapter, Isagi prepares to shoot, but Itoshi Sei puts him off balance real quick. As it looked like Isagi has lost hope, Rin tries to assert himself in this dire situation. So he has passed towards Itoshi Sei as a response, although Aiku is right up his ass. But Baru gets there first as he shoots the ball into the left upper corner, bringing the game to a tie again. In Chapter 140, Rin was about to awaken as he anticipated the trajectory of Itoshi Sei's pass and blocked the ball off with his head. Man, that kick must have hurt. I'm surprised he didn't get a concussion from that one. In Chapter 143, Aiku gets in front of the goal as Itoshi Sei is corner-kicking the ball towards him. He shoots the ball, but Itoshi Rin blocks it off. It's kind of interesting that despite all of this, Itoshi Sei fails to acknowledge Rin even once. In the next chapter, Rin steals the ball from Hiyori and moves up the field. He has officially awakened now. He nutmegs Neru and moves forwards even more. He crosses Isagi's path and moves up to Darai, and after that, he passes the ball to Isagi. He dashes past him as he receives the ball back from Isagi. Isagi and Rin can coexist so well with one another despite their rivalry, which can't be said about Shido and Rin, but I digress. He presses on Darai and moves past him. His next target is Neo Kazuma. Neo charges up to him with his Doberman style, but Rin changes the center of gravity, which makes him launch into the air. In Chapter 145, Rin moves up towards Aiku right now, and because of Rin's awakened state, Aiku can't get a read on him at all. Shido comes in trying to change up the situation, which is giving Aiku an easier time trying to intercept the ball from him. So he rushes up to Rin as Isagi tries to assert himself for Rin again, but Rin ignores Isagi and tries to get off Shido. Aiku tries to block off his passing course, but it's no use as Rin faked his shot. Aiku bursts up towards him again as Rin gets into a shooting stance for the second time. He shoots the ball with his trademark right upper corner curved shot, but the goalkeeper has saved it. In Chapter 147, we get the final matchup now between Itoshi Sei and Itoshi Rin. Itoshi Sei moves up and looks to have gotten past Itoshi Rin, but Rin catches up to him, and they have an intense one-on-one right now. They are duking it out for real now. And after a little while, Itoshi Rin finally gets the ball off Itoshi Sei, surpassing him for that split second. It flies over Aiku's head now, as Isagiyoichi is there to intercept that loose ball. It's time for him now to flex his mechanism of luck. Isagiyoichi shoots the ball as it goes into the left upper corner of the net, scoring the winning goal, which got Blue Lock the victory over the former U20 team. Isagiyoichi has officially completely and utterly destroyed Itoshi Rin. In Chapter 148, Itoshi Sei goes to Itoshi Rin now, and he tells Rin that he was wrong about Japan being unable to give birth to any decent strikers. Itoshi Rin's face lights up now, but the one he was talking about wasn't his brother. It was Isagiyoichi, as he tells Rin that he is an egoist that might have what it takes to lead Japan to victory, which completely destroys Itoshi Rin's soul. In chapter 149, Isagi walks up to Rin, giving him some small talk, but Itoshi Rin tells him that he'd never be able to forgive him, and that from now on, he is his rival. He tells Isagi that this definitely means he'd kill him. So pretty much since the end of the U20 match, that was pretty much the last thing we have seen from him and the dynamic between Itoshi Rin and Isagiyoichi. He chose a different team than Isagi, which was PXG, so they didn't really interact much with each other. There are still a few things I'd want to mention. The first thing being Rin's inner dialogue in chapter 152. He also said that in that moment, there was no doubt that he won against his brother. His offense kept up closely with his when he was obeying his instincts of wanting to destroy him completely. He drew out that step of his that he's so good at and just about managed to shut him down. However, he doesn't really understand that side of himself. It felt new yet nostalgic, like his veins were dancing. And his brother knew about that part of him as well. But in the end, he didn't recognize him, but Isagi instead. Anyone could tell at a glance that in that match, Isagi had gained everything, so Itoshi Rin deduced that he was one step short of something. So he says that he must change and become something new so that he can destroy both Itoshi Sai and Isagiyoichi. The last thing I want to talk about is the events of chapter 239. Itoshi Rin literally completely destroyed Nagi and scored a hat-trick against a team like Manshine City, telling Isagi that he has to prepare himself and that he's going to kill him. The guy has literally turned into a demon right now. I don't know if Isagi can stop him in the way he currently is. From all of this, we can deduce that the rivalry between Isagiyoichi and Itoshi Rin is going to be long and exciting. Now, the hype around them is especially huge since Bastard Munchin versus PXG is literally around the corner. Which egoist is going to come out on top in the end? Let's see it for ourselves in the upcoming match. If you resonate with my content, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.